What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Where Did All My Friends Go? Podcast about life in the music industry. I'm your host, Patrick Tarnowski. Matt, he's out today, but that's okay because you got me and you got Quinni from Connecticut pop punk band Cinema Stare. There's an extra random word there, and I almost said it because I'm just like what was it? Anchorman. Will Ferrell and Anchorman. If it's written, I'm gonna say it.
Yeah, I would too. What was the random word?
I am so bad at that. If I write it, I'm gonna say it. But yes, Cinema Stare. How you guys doing? What's up? How you doing?
Hey, it's going good today. I am in Cinema Stare. That's me.
You are.
Yeah.
It'd be really funny if we're doing a podcast about Cinema Stare and you weren't in the band.
Yeah, we sent like an associate friend.
Yep. And then I asked like really personal questions about like personal band questions, and they don't know shit.
That would actually be funnier, I think.
Maybe
we might have to do that sometime.
You should. I mean, be pretty funny. They have to try and answer it how like they think you guys would answer it.
Yeah. They'll have to study interviews and like really put it together.
Yeah, because they're like, they're the Cinema Stare representative. They represent you.
An official rep.
Yeah, if they're talking for you, they are your voice.
That's true. That's important to remember.
Yeah, so that's also kind of scary. So make sure whoever that is says good things.
Gotta trust them. Okay, all right.
Yeah, gotta have the serious trust going on.
For sure.
So you released your debut album, The Things I Don't Need, back in May of 2023.
Oh yeah.
Tell us a bit about the album. How's the release been?
It's been pretty good. It's kind of crazy that it's been out. Like, I think it took forever to get it out, and now that it has been out since May, I almost don't believe it. Like, that people can go on their phones and like listen to the songs.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we recorded it with Chris Teddy at Silver Bullet Studios. Great, like, what's the word? Producer, like, engineer.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun, and I don't know, just like the whole process of making that album was difficult, exciting, and I just feel like it's been very like invigorating and like enjoyable to finally be like touring on it and such.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally. So what made you want to go the route of like a full-on album instead of going the singles game or an EP? What was the thought process behind it?
Well, we do have 2 singles that came out right before the album, but the funny story with that is that we recorded the album first, and then we were kind of like in between like what label that we should put it on.
Sure.
So we kind of like pushed it to the side for like 2 years or so.
Oh wow.
And then we recorded the singles Feel Like Love in Your Mind, which were written after the album, and everything was done after that was recorded. And when we finally signed to like a local Connecticut label, that's when we finally put the album out. So it just like took a while, like I guess like the logistics of putting out music, in this day and such.
Process.
Yeah. But it worked out great. And like it's just funny to me because the singles like are so much newer, for me at least.
Yeah.
But for other people, like they're like our first thing we ever released.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, that's a lot of people don't even like know that, but that's the way it goes a lot of times. There's a lot of times where an album has been just sitting on shelves for a while, or singles, like, oh, I wrote this 2 years ago. We've just been waiting.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, music's a process. Sometimes it's not the right time.
Yeah. I think that's like totally fine. I know that back when like the height of the pandemic, like I know a lot of people probably were sitting on their albums and releases as well because it's just a
Not knowing
different.
what to do.
Yeah, I don't know. I like released a solo album I think around that time and or right before it or something, and I was like I don't know if I should sit on it or just put it out, so I just put it out.
Well, during that time, I fully respected and appreciated every artist in any kind of creative content like spectrum that did release during the pandemic because we were stuck inside. We had nothing to do,
Yeah,
So when like the first like the one of the very first movies I remember was Bill and Ted 3. They were like the first people that were like, no, fuck it. Let's just put it out. You get it for free. It's awesome. Or with $20 or whatever, you can just have it at home. You don't need to go to the theater. You
yeah,
know, like they were one of the first people to start making that transition to people need things. They need some sort of entertainment. Like
yeah,
don't make them sit at home and be sad. They already got enough to be sad about.
yeah. That's so true.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
give 'em
I
something.
always loved all the artists that did live streams or were releasing singles during that time because it was still giving people hope, something to look forward to.
Yeah, 100%. I
Yeah.
uh I watched a couple like this band Bad Bad Hats streamed a lot during the pandemic, and they would do like interesting like writing sessions or like stuff where they would pick a certain genre of music and try to like write in that style, and I just
Hmm.
always felt so inspired by that like around that time.
Oh
It's cool.
yeah.
Yeah.
I like I tuned in every time like Newfound Glory or MXPX would do like a live concert, live
Yeah,
stream. Like hell yeah, I'm in. This is great.
yeah,
I'll buy a ticket right now.
right? Well, it's cool. It's like interesting how like useful the internet is. Like every year, even since then, I see how powerful like of a tool and a resource it is for people. I don't know, just for anybody around.
No, for sure. I mean, I think like one of the positive takeaways from the pandemic was we learned new ways to create, new ways that we could still connect with people, and like all of that stuff we still do now, and we could have been doing before, but we just didn't.
Yeah. No,
So
it's a really good takeaway from it, I think.
yeah, I mean, if you got to take away, if you got to look for a positive, there's
Yeah,
a positive right there. Do you have
yeah.
the Cinema Stare have any tour plans from the new year? What you got going on?
Honestly, I don't quite know. Like
Okay.
we have something in the works for end of February.
Okay.
Uh we just got back from a month-long tour. That was really
Yeah.
fun. Um it was like October 13th to November 11th, and
Yeah.
yeah, we went from like Wisconsin to Florida. But the only thing we have in the future that I know of right now is end of February. We're probably going out with our friends in Leisure Hour. Who
Okay.
I don't know if I'm supposed to say, but I think it's fine.
It's okay. It's okay.
We've toured with them before.
To be fair, this comes out in January, so
Oh, so maybe
so
it'll
you're
be
good.
part of the announcement.
Yeah, so you'll be good. How was the last tour you're just on though? Do you have any like fun stories? Any good moments?
Yeah, lots. I I have grown up on the East Coast, so the farthest place I've ever really been has been Florida. Um,
Okay.
and we did go back to Florida, but like different areas. I think the best part about touring so far for me has just been like the experiences and the people that we meet in each different state, kind of like seeing how everybody's kind of similar but different depending
Yeah.
on like yeah, depending on where they grew up. Uh I'd say like some of the really standout shows we played like in this skate bowl in Wisconsin.
Yeah, with Tiny Voices, right?
Yeah, with Tiny Voices. There was like Bug Moment, Equipment. There was a couple bands. It was really great. Yeah, that was a great night. I got to visit Nashville for the first time. It was
Nice.
crazy. I didn't expect how you know musically driven it was. I've heard stories, but then when you go there and you see the nightlife, you're like, there are so many people out here just doing their thing. Like
Yeah.
that's so cool.
Yeah, it's a pretty rad place. What'd you think of the Midwest?
I like it. We've been to Ohio previously, and
Sure.
I really like Ohio. Like so far, every time I go, I feel like everybody's so nice. I like the
Mm,
community. Like it just they seem to have like good like communities in their towns.
sure.
Uh, and the DIY like emo or like Midwest emo music that comes out of there, the bands that come from out of those states are like so good. And
Hell,
yeah, usually like so nice. So I've been loving it out west.
you'll have to make your way to Minnesota. That's where we are.
We we will hopefully get there. I want to go to
I
every
mean,
state.
you made it. You made it to Wisconsin. You're
Yeah.
almost there.
Are you guys like the next state over? It's
We're the
Minnesota.
next. We're the next state.
Well, I don't even know why we didn't go this time. We did
I mean,
Michigan. That's
yeah.
kind of
I mean, you're hitting all the Great Lakes states except for Minnesota. So,
sorry.
I mean, you should be.
As a member, we humbly apologize.
No, you're all good. You're good.
We definitely will someday, I hope.
I hope so too. It'll be fun. We'll come out and we'll watch.
Let's
So
go.
let's go. What bands inspired you to want to start a band?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is a deep question for sure.
Yeah, deep. Well, this is the hard hitting journalism.
Okay, yeah. I see it at Unsigned Pop Punk.
Yeah, us here at Unsigned Pop Punk, we're like Lois Lane of the music world.
Dang.
And
Oh, yeah.
some compare me to Tom Brokaw. You know,
I don't know who that is.
sorry,
Lois
I probably just aged myself right there, dated
I guess
myself.
so. I don't even know how, but I know Lois Lane though.
What's that?
I know Lois Lane though, so
Well, yeah, Tom Brokaw was a famous like actual reporter, not fictional.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. To answer your question, uh, personally, one of the biggest influences throughout my like teenage years to now, I would say, is My Chemical Romance.
Right on.
Yeah, I definitely think that if you listen to some of our songs, like you could definitely hear that influence around there, even though it's like
Sure.
pop punk. Um, the other band members, like I say, that our sound is a lot like Jimmy Eat World and
Okay.
Over It. I definitely see a lot of similarities in those bands that some of our other members grew up like listening to.
Yeah.
I don't know, I'm trying to think of like more like collective. We listen to like a lot of pop music, hardcore music. So
Yeah.
bands,
Yeah.
yeah, bands like Drug Church or I love Fiddlehead. We love like Dua Lipa and Charlie XCX.
Nice.
Yeah, I feel like you can, if you look for it, you can see those like influences in the songs.
Well, and this kind of question, I always like this kind of question because I feel like it's fun because sometimes you'll get people that like give you an answer that either they think they should say like, well, I'm in a pop punk band, so obviously Blink 182. And it's like, but is that really what got you into music in the first? Because like
Yeah.
that's like when I was learning to play guitar, I wasn't into like Blink 182 or anything yet. I was fucking learning how to play Godsmack and Sugar Ray, you know? Like,
I mean that you got to start somewhere, like,
yeah,
and find those
everybody,
bands that are fun for you.
yeah, you
Yeah.
know, but it's like, you know, because pop punk and punk and ska and like that whole scene in general, that came after, you know,
Yeah.
that wasn't what initially like drove me to music. And I feel like that's the way it is for most people, but they don't always want to say that.
Yeah. Well, I think, you want to give a certain answer because you're trying to find people that listen to similar music.
Mm-hmm.
But I think music is so, like, what's the word? Cylindrical or something. It always comes back to itself. Like,
Yeah.
each genre has similarities. So I just feel like whatever I'm listening to while we're writing the album or recording the album probably is in some way influencing what we're writing.
Oh, totally. Yeah,
Yeah.
because you're taking like you're getting creative thoughts and stuff from what you're currently listening to. Like it's natural.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen.
It just has to happen that way.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful
You
thing.
know, if you want to write a Taylor Swift record, good luck. She's a genius.
Yeah, that's fair. That is fair. That would be a tough one.
That would be a tough one.
Got a good crew. Got a good crew there.
So we're talking about a lot of like online stuff and things during the pandemic. So this kind of goes with it. With so many social medias currently fighting for their place at the top, which one or ones do you personally think work the best for you and CinemaStare in regards to promoting the band and interacting with fans?
I like that question. I actually do. The way that we do the social media in the band is one member like has some of the apps and then I handle some of the apps. Yeah, which I feel like is a great system for us.
I definitely always tried to get my band to do that, but it would always turn into me taking all of them. But yes.
It is tough. Yeah, but I feel like luckily I do. The guitarist in the band, Jason, is like pretty good about being active on like Twitter, X, and
It's Twitter. It'll always be fucking Twitter. Anyone that says differently is an asshole.
Well, just to offshoot a comment real quick, but like, what did Elon think he was doing when he changed it? Because like we say tweet, we still say tweet. I don't understand. Like, I'm not gonna X something. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, no, I get it. I totally.
Thank you. But yeah, personally, I do most of like the Instagram and the TikTok content. I'd say that they're pretty useful for any band. I mean, I think you'll hear people constantly saying TikTok is like the way for artists to gain momentum or clout, like whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It's been difficult trying to like consistently post on there, but I enjoy it. Like it's fun to make something funny. And like I just try to like make stuff that makes me laugh or makes me happy. And that has made it easier to kind of not fall off of posting on it.
Totally.
Yeah.
I think I definitely, I talk about this a ton over the past like 100 episodes, but I always love, like getting other people's opinions and perspectives because all of the social media has its own use. Like it's useful in different ways. TikTok, I've been saying it for a very long time now. TikTok's fantastic. However, it has one use, and that is you can make the same video 100 different times, 100 different days, wearing a different shirt. It doesn't matter. The whole point is new people. TikTok is about finding new people every single video. You're not making different videos to like try and like get people. You're trying to get people with that video. So you just do 100 different versions of it to get people to see it. That's for music anyway.
I have noticed just following like other bands, and then I don't know that is something that a lot of people do. And like to some extent I do too. Like I'll post a very similar video but like with a slightly different caption. Like I'll kind of just see like works best, and then then you just curate to what you think is like probably gonna do well. But it's so like picky. I haven't quite like hit that TikTok wave. I'm not yet.
with TikTok, because like we can even go with just throwing it out there. Like, as you know, like, do you watch TikToks? Like, that's just you watch them in your spare
Yes.
time.
Yes.
Okay.
Sadly, yeah.
Who doesn't? I do love TikTok. But have you ever in your entire time, 1, 2, 3 years you've had TikTok now, have you ever left the For You page?
No,
Ever?
well, I guess not. Probably 90% of my time I'm on the For You. I do
Yeah.
sometimes go on the Friends, but I feel like I don't know, they tend to push that to the side. It's like not as.
Well, the For You page is what everybody sits on, which is why you can make that video over and over, and it doesn't matter because you can have 50,000 followers. Doesn't matter because they're not watching their friends page. They're watching the For You page. So TikTok is always for finding new people every single day. Your goal on TikTok is to get people to go from TikTok to somewhere else. You
Yeah.
want them to go to Spotify, or you want them to go to unsignedpoppunk.com. You are trying to get 100,000 people to stare at your video, so maybe at least 20 of them go listen and leave the app and go.
No, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense to me.
Yeah, TikTok is just fucking scrolling. That's it. It's endless scrolling until you find something that interests you.
Yeah.
And like Instagram is fantastic because that's where you can grow your like fan base. Okay, I got that person from TikTok. Oh, I'm gonna follow them on Instagram, and that's where you can like comment, talk to people. Like, it's having a community on TikTok is like an actual active community, like some people do, is very difficult.
I've only ever gotten like offshoot comments, but I think you're right. Like, yeah, Instagram, you can like kind of like have your friends be involved, and
Yeah.
people do tend to like reach out more in the comments there. But
Yep.
I don't know, I like them both. Like they're
great.
using their ways. Yeah.
Yeah. Each app has like its different uses. Like, I'll tell you right now, Facebook, it's not dead. You got to know how to use it. There's different uses for it. Like that's doing events, having events pages, and then promoting the shit out of those. Like there are things that like there is a savagely like big community still on Facebook. You
Yeah.
just got to know what you're doing and how to use it. And Twitter's for shit posting, obviously. It's the only thing you do. It's the only thing you do on Twitter.
You got it. It's the best though.
Yeah, but that's what it's for. Every app has its use.
That's true. Yeah. I still like. I don't use Facebook as much for Cinema Stare, but I do like promote. I try to like post the same things on there, and like I do use my. I play like solo shows, like acoustic, like kind of things, and I do advertise those mostly on Facebook.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I do agree.
Yeah. They all got their uses. They all got their uses. So I promised you geeky questions, and I have one. This is what I'm waiting for. Now, this may mean a lot to me and may not mean a lot to you, which is fine, but we'll see. Because you're from Connecticut, and I like Connecticut. I've been to Connecticut a whole bunch of times. Connecticut is also the home to the WWE headquarters.
It is.
So if you were to become a professional wrestler, what would your wrestling name be?
I've never been asked this question before.
You're welcome.
I know. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
But this is a lot of pressure, though.
It is. Because it's tough. It's tough. We've had wrestlers on this show before, and they might be watching right now.
Oh no! Oh, I need some tips from them. Okay, maybe maybe
You got this.
I don't
I was,
know. It took forever to think of. I haven't even really thought of like a good band name in a while. You know?
so I used to. This is one. I don't really watch a whole lot of WWE or anything anymore, but I used to play the WWE wrestling games with one of my best friends, and we had our own tag team, and
Okay.
because you create your own wrestlers. So my wrestler, his name was Patitude,
Okay.
because I had a bad patitude, but
That's
but
pretty.
yeah, and our tag team, we were the Dudes with Tudes.
Okay, I like that. What was
Yeah.
your partner's name?
um I think it was Flying Brian Klein.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Your patitude, you're the bad attitudes. And then
Yeah.
Brian.
Flying Brian.
Flying Brian. Oh, I do like the rhyming. Uh, maybe my wrestler name would be like Flip Flop. That seems
Flip,
cool. Flip
flip
Flop.
flop.
Yeah, yeah. I'll like do a special signature move where I flip him around,
You could,
and then
yeah.
stunt on him.
You could do like a play on like Harley Quinn or something and be like Harmon Quinn.
Harm him Quint. Okay, yeah, that's not bad. I, uh,
It's not good, but it's not
I
bad.
didn't say that. I didn't say that. Uh, no, I like get the Harley Quinn thing a lot. I feel like even more with my hair now.
Right. And well, that's why I wasn't even trying to go for that. I was like, but what could we do with that? It's there.
I am willing to take recommendations on my
Yeah.
wrestler. Yeah.
Okay. Well, for all of you listening or watching, like throw a comment down below what you think are the wrestling name should be.
Please. No, like I might
Everybody.
take up this career. I feel like
Yeah.
I'm pretty strong. Like I'm in Connecticut, right by the headquarters. So
Yeah, honestly, you kind of look like the wrestler we had on here. Her name was Crystal Moon, and she,
let's go.
she's a champ right now.
Crystal
Or
Moon Flip Flop Tag Team.
there you go, Crystal Moon Flip Flop Tag Team.
Come
There
on.
you go.
That's kind of
I
sick
like
though.
it. I support that. So we have one more question before we go to our quick break. If you
Sounds
could
good.
give our listeners a piece of advice that you know now that you wish you had known when you were first starting your journey, what would it be?
Well, I think it would be to get involved with your local music scene. I think that when I was younger, I was trying to get involved. It was difficult for me to find.
Yeah.
Uh yeah, because I started off playing music with like people who were much older than me, like my parents' age, at like open mics and such, and then I started to find people who were like a little bit younger and found like a mini scene within that. And then eventually, like I feel like I kind of can see the Connecticut music scene a bit better, like the places where it happens and where, the most like what's the word? Active bands are.
Sure.
Yeah, but I think like you can definitely it's easier to access now. Like I mean, you can use Facebook events, you can find Instagram pages that are advertising for your local scene. Like we have a couple who have fallen in and out of posting, but they still exist and they can lead you to other spaces and
Right.
yeah, events. I think that's really important to find, your group of people and to just like if you want to be a part of it, to also be involved in it.
Right. Totally agree. I mean, it's what it says on all of our stuff, all of our
Yeah,
Unsigned pop punk stuff. Support local music. Come on,
exactly. Yeah, that's
get
true.
with it. Go support your local music. And
It's fun.
even if you just love music, you don't want to be in a band, that's fine.
Yeah,
Go support local music. Go up
yeah.
to a show. Go
You still
support the band.
find great people. Like even every show that I've played from here to Wisconsin, to Maine and Florida, whatever, like everyone is so nice and all loves music so much that even if you don't want to be in a band, even if you don't have musical talent, as long as you like music, you will find people to talk to and to make connections with.
Right. And there are other things you can do to be in the music business that's not being in a band. I mean,
that's the point. Yeah.
Being in a band is one of the most difficult paths you can make. I say this all the time, but there are lots of paths inside the music industry that people in bands end up taking, like guitar teching or being a professional merch guy, roadie. Yep. There's so many different things you can do to where you can be involved in the music scene, and it all starts by supporting local music.
Agreed. Yeah.
So, love it. With that, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back with our next segment.
I hate to break it to you, but looks matter. Now, not in the way you think I mean it, but when it comes to logos and shirt designs, you don't want your logo to look bad. Whether you run a business or play in a band, design is quite probably not your thing. And that's okay, because luckily, at Shed and Shred Studios, design is all they do. With almost a decade of experience, Shed and Shred Studios is dedicated to working directly with clients to create the best visual products in the industry, tailored to optimize recognition of your name amongst competitors in your specific market space. If you're in need of logos, visual branding, shirt graphics, or marketing material, Shed and Shred Studios has got you covered. So visit Shed Shred MD for more info. Once again, that is SHEDSHREDMD.com for more info. And hey, while you're there, use code GET10 for 10% off at checkout when buying pre-made designs and merch from their web store.
And we're back. No. For all those listening or watching, that was probably the most awkward transition back in ever. I'm keeping it though, because
I'm glad that from Cinema Stare was a part of that awkward transition.
Everyone loves that. They're like they start salivating when an awkward moment happens. All of our listeners are like,
the cringe.
That was tasty.
Yeah. Coming
tasty. And speaking of tasty, it's now time for our Food for Thought segment. Everybody's favorite. Because who doesn't love talking about food? That's one of the things. It's a food podcast, but we bring food into it because it is universal. Everybody likes it. And it's a good old time.
I love that.
And realistically, bringing it back for your first time listener, we have really started this Food for Thought segment because before the segment was called, what was it before? It was it was just like random. I can't even think of what it's called. Can't even think of it. My brain doesn't want to. It's so long ago. But it was just random questions. But half the time we would ask questions about food. So we're like, fuck it. Let's go straight for it.
I like the dedication.
Straight for the gullet,
Yes.
So we'll start out with more of that hard-hitting journalism that we're known for. With a name like Cinema Stare, what would you say is your go-to snack to either A, get at a movie theater, or B, sneak into the movie theater?
That's bad. I like it. I love that question. Like halfway through, I was like, they're gonna ask about the movies. I'm a big movie lover. So, when I go to the theater, I feel like this might be kind of boring, but I like to get the theater popcorn, and I'll bring in a box of like Sour Patch Kids.
Nice. Have you ever snuck in a Jimmy John's?
No, like a whole sandwich?
Yeah.
Not a bad idea. I've
I
snuck
have.
like soda cans.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You usually use the sub.
Yeah. Me and my wife, this one time we went to there was like a cheap theater. It was like all $5 movies.
Oh yeah.
And we're like, you know what? Let's spend the whole day here. And so we saw 3 movies back to back. And we're hungry, so we ran to Jimmy John's in between one of the movies quick and came back and and my wife was trying so hard to not be loud because it's that
Oh, yeah.
paper wrapping, and so she had finished the sandwich and she was like
Oh yeah. That's so
trying
funny.
to like crumple it up, and then she was like just like tried to go real fast, and I was like,
Well, sure. That's good technique.
jeez. And but yeah, so Jimmy John's, that's probably the biggest thing I've snuck into a theater.
I gotta say, for all audio listeners, you do gotta check out the video version for that good crinkling mimicry you're doing. It was good.
Yeah.
No, I'll have to actually try that. I'll have to get like I don't know if there's a Jimmy John's near us, but I could go to like Jersey Mike's.
Oh, Jersey Mike's is so good though.
No, about equal, I would say.
I would prefer Jersey Mike's.
Okay.
I would prefer Jersey Mike's for sure. I am not a massive Jimmy John's fan.
Damn, the slander.
Well, we also have a different sandwich shop here called Herbert and Gerbert's, which actually, it's, from what I understand, correct me if I'm wrong, listeners, viewers, but Herbert's and Gerbert's was first. And they're both family owned, and like one of them split off and started Jimmy John's because it's the same fucking sub, except Herbert and Gerbert cuts the guts out of the sandwich and like a bit more stuff, and then you get the guts on top of it and you can like dip it into stuff. Yeah.
Jimmy John's. Damn.
Jimmy John's
John's one. But it was good. I'll have to try Herbert and Gerbert's.
Herbert and Gerbert's.
Herbert and Gerbert's. I like that. It kind of makes me think of Wallace and Gromit for some reason.
Yeah, no, sure. Yeah. I can see that.
I like it.
I call it the Herbs and Gerbs.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
Herbs and Gerbs.
Herbs and Gerbs.
All right. Next food for thought sandwich. See,
that's good.
Where my brain's at. Food for thought sandwich. Food for thought question. Connecticut is known for steamed cheeseburgers.
Oh, yep. I guess so.
Because I don't know anywhere else that does that. Do you think, in your own personal opinion, that we should normalize steaming our meat?
No. I have not had I don't think I've ever had a steamed cheeseburger. I've seen the places where they do it, and I'm sure they're good. But I guess unless it's like a dumpling or something like that, please don't steam it. Like, I don't know. I don't like the grayish like look that meat gets when you don't like pan sear it or whatever.
I agree. I think it looks appalling.
I mean, I'm not judging. Just don't you want a little crispness in your
the only thing that like really makes me want to try it is that steamed melted cheese that just they plop on top. Like, I'm into that.
I think that's why I'm kind of leaning to like I might try one someday.
You should, and then let me know.
Okay, yeah. I'll like comment on this video in like 6 years.
It's gonna take you 6 years to get up the courage to try it.
Yeah, it might.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Okay, we got one more food for thought question.
Oh, dang. Okay.
It's more just like opinions, and But this one's fun because it can be whatever you want, whatever your heart desires, whatever your brain comes up with. In your opinion, what is one thing that everyone coming through Connecticut should try, that you think they should try?
I feel like as a Connecticut, okay, I'm going to say as a, I don't know if I can say this on the podcast, but as a Connecticut official citizen, I think that I'm obliged in some way to say the pizza. We do have pizza, right? But like personally, I don't know. I really like our coffee shops in Connecticut.
Yeah.
So there's like a lot of good local ones. There's I guess I'll shout out, I don't know, this one I like, Purgatory. It has like a very like pop punk vibe to it actually.
Cool.
The decor, they play like pop punk music in the store.
Nice.
Yeah, but most cafes in Connecticut I feel like have like pretty good food, and like I like coffee, so I'm always trying to, if I have a little extra money, always trying to go to those.
Cool.
Yeah.
I like coffee shops.
Yeah.
So since you brought up pizza though,
Yes.
I love this. I love this. This makes me so happy. I did see an interview where you got where someone was talking about pizza, Connecticut pizza. And you know, we've talked with a lot of people on the East Coast. Y'all East Coast people, you're funny. You make me laugh. I love this. I love the aggressiveness when it comes to pizza. Because now until I was looking, until I was looking and researching, I had never heard that Connecticut was like pizza mecca. Okay.
Yeah, somehow.
So now, okay. You get your fighting gloves on for this, because this will be on you, because it's not me. I'm from Minnesota. I have no say in this. So you got New York and you got New Jersey both fighting each other, saying that they have the best pizza, not only like in like the East Coast, but they'll claim the America.
America.
So are you laying claim Connecticut's got better pizza?
Ooh. I might not be able to answer this question. Somebody might show up to my house tomorrow, and like, I don't know. I haven't really tried New Jersey pizza. I've only had Domino's from New Jersey. Great.
Okay.
New York pizza, so good. Yeah. They have definitely have something so special there. Just by because you could go get a slice like almost anywhere. It's delicious.
Yeah.
Connecticut, I'd say I don't know. There's so many different pizza places that to me, there's not really you have like the New Haven style pizza. That's kind of like what Connecticut is like acclaimed for. And it's great.
What's the New Haven style pizza? The only thing I saw pizza wise was that there's some son of a bitch makes like clam pizza, and all I could say is you're rude, and I don't like that.
You look up Connecticut, that's what comes up. Clam pizza?
Yeah, let me see if I'll look at.
That's a tough reputation.
Yeah.
The New Haven pizza is like thinner. Like I'd say it's very similar to New York style. Just kind of like thin crust. Like a good amount of sauce, good amount of cheese. I don't feel like I'd eat both. Like I just really like pizza. So
yeah, I mean it's hard to go wrong with pizza. Now, once again, the only thing I can say that is wrong when it comes to pizza, wrong.
Yes,
okay?
just wrong.
I Googled, right? Quick Google. Connecticut famous food.
I'm scared.
Number one top thing from the Food Network.
Oh no!
27 best foods to eat in Connecticut. And
Oh.
on here, it says white clam pizza.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Next to steamed cheeseburger.
Oh God.
And then pumpkin pie.
And great. Yeah, that's a great top 3. That is so embarrassing. Well, I'm moving.
Have you ever fucked with white clam pizza?
I didn't know that was even a thing. I think it makes sense, but like,
yeah, East Coast, but like, that's gross.
I feel like just have like clam chowder then if you want clams. Yeah.
Right. Like, we stopped normalizing anchovies on pizza a long time ago.
I see. Well, I feel like I said bullying because I was like, people got bullied online for liking pineapple on pizza. I feel like we could bring that back for this one. Yeah.
Yeah, for this one. Now, see, I like pineapple on pizza, but I don't like ham. So I actually make mine with pepperoni and pineapple, and it's a delight.
I would try it.
It's good. It's really good.
So sounds good. Sounds gas.
Cool. We did it. So we did the food for thought segment, and boy, that last one.
I love that. That was fun.
That was a good one. That last one was a good one for sure. Now it is time for rapid fire questions.
Friendships will be tested. Rapid fire questions.
You're just going to speak from the heart, shoot from the hip. Whatever pops in your brain first, just follow your gut.
Okay. I might have to do some processing, but I'll do my best.
You got this. You got this.
Thank you.
Mountain Dew or Mellow Yellow?
Mountain Dew. Citrus cherry. Just tried that. Great. Great stuff.
Citrus cherry?
It's like a limited edition flavor. So
Is it
good.
the Game Fuel?
Maybe. I don't know. It was red.
I think it might be the new Game Fuel, but I could be wrong. Horror or comedy movies?
Horror movies.
Yeah.
I like a good little scare.
I do too.
Yeah.
Sure. This isn't an either or, but what is the most random item that you have within your reach right now?
Oh, a piece of string. A multicolored crochet yarn.
I mean, that's kind of random. I have this cupcake jewelry holder. It's my daughter's.
That's nice. Wait, I have to show this off. I have this Ratatouille ashtray that my friend Emily made for me.
Like, you didn't think that was more random than the yarn.
It took me a second. I saw the pretty colors. I was like, oh. But then I looked a little bit more and I was like, wait, this is like one of my prized possessions. So
that's fucking awesome.
Oh, little cheese right there.
I love it.
It is awesome. They're sick for that.
That's great. Love it. Cartoon Network or Nickelodeon?
I'd say Cartoon Network. I lost cable when I was pretty young, but I feel like more of the shows that I would watch at the time were on Cartoon Network.
Fair. I mean, they're both great. So
yeah.
Back to food and back to pizza. Thin crust or regular crust pizza?
Past 6 months, I've been really rocking thin crust, so
it's good.
It's just too good.
It's real good. I just feel like I can't get full enough off a thin crust. Like, I mean, obviously, if I just kept eating, I'd get full. But
that's a good point.
There would be a point. But
I will eat like half a pizza with thin crust. So pros and cons.
Sure, true.
Yeah.
This is probably the most important question, I think, of the whole show. Lindsay Lohan or Tara Reid?
Okay, I don't know who Tara Reid is, but that's awkward. But I would say Lindsay Lohan anyway. She's like, past everything.
Queen, man.
Title.
She's great.
Who's Tara Reid?
from like American Pie, Sharknado,
Okay.
Trailer Park Shark.
Trailer Park Shark.
Yeah, Josie and the Pussycats.
Dang. I might know them if I saw them, but
I'm sure you would. She was super popular for a little while.
dang.
And they both had their own reality TV shows. Tara Reid had her show called Paradise, and
Ooh,
yeah,
dang.
mhm.
That's a good name.
It fucks for sure.
Oh.
Yeah.
They said
Mhm.
sucks. I was like, what?
No, it fucks. Like how like how the hip kids say things.
No. I'm not a hip kid.
I don't know. I just have hip kids, and I just try to be one. No,
If that's what your kids are saying, like,
no, my kids say like play, bra. I don't know, a whole bunch of other dumb things. No, I was like, we always like play with our daughter and stuff. And we're like, you gonna slay the hallways at school today?
okay, stunted on
Yeah.
them.
But yeah, or well, anytime like I hear enough of like their little slangs, I'll say them just to fuck with her, and she'll be like, don't say that, and I'll be like,
You have to. I think
got
that's
you.
dad's duty.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's my job to be better at them than everything until I can't be anymore, and
One.
and like embarrass them.
Okay, yeah, that's one, and then two, embarrass them. That's good.
Like, look, because here's the thing, and I only say this because I want my children to be so much fucking better than me and better than I ever thought I could be.
Yeah.
I want them to be like the best, but I like pushing them, and like I don't let them win stuff every time. Like if we like me and my son, we play video games, and we'll like, let's play Call of Duty. I suck at Call of Duty, all right? I fucking suck. But I'll tell you, I get the shit out of him every time.
Oh,
every
that's
time.
That's kind of embarrassing. Yeah.
Right.
Throw
Right.
down.
And so that's the thing is like, what? He's not bad. Like, and he's getting better all the time. And he's gonna fucking kill me.
Yeah.
At some point. But I'm not gonna just give it to him. I want him to earn it. And
gotta achieve like the no scope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. He's like, he tries to fucking no scope me, or he's like, I'm gonna be sniper this time. I'm like, do it. That's a waste of time. I'm gonna come at you with my machine gun, and you're not gonna see me coming. I'm gonna kill you next time.
Tell it to him. Yeah, tell him straight.
I'm coming for you, kid.
No, I think
we're
that's
just playing with the maps on. We ain't playing with the maps on.
Oh, I couldn't do that. I like to see where I'm going. Pull out a little map.
I'm terrible at first person shooter games, but yeah, for some reason I just kill him.
Dang.
He will be way better than me though.
Yeah. Well, I used to play like board games with my mom, and when I was really young, I would like move her pieces and stuff, and like I would find it funny. But she'd be like, I'm not playing with you if you're gonna cheat. So, quickly taught me, to play by the rules.
Yeah.
In most cases.
Right. That's right. It means more when they legitimately beat you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Because when you get to that age where you could finally start kind of like, get a little bit ahead. It's no longer like 6-1. It's like 8 or something. Then it's like really exciting, and you feel like accomplished.
Yeah, I mean, like going back to Call of Duty, he has like we'll play. It'll be like we have old games. I think because he's just been getting into these 10. And so we've got like older games. but he's beat me a couple times. Like, there's been a couple times where he's beaten me. So I'm not going to give it to him because he can beat me.
Yeah, it's possible.
So,
You better watch out.
you know, just got to keep going. All right. Got a couple left.
Okay.
Rapid fire went way away from rapid
Yeah,
fire.
we made a hard stop.
It happens, though. Newfound Glory or MXPX?
I guess Newfound Glory. I saw them, Warped Tour like years ago, and
Yeah.
I feel like their performance, and just like their music in general, like really, it didn't like shape, I feel like, what I've been doing, but it definitely was like an experience I won't forget,
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
They're very influential, on the entire pop punk scene.
Yeah. No, great band.
Oh yeah. Now we have one question left. This is it.
Okay.
This is also not an either or, but it is going to test your jingles knowledge.
Oh God. All right, I'm ready. I can do it.
I believe in you.
Thank you.
Can you sing for us the O'Reilly Auto Parts jingle?
Oh. O'Reilly Auto Parts. Wow. I got real lost in it first.
No, you did it. You did it.
Oh, I got really scared. I was like, "Who's O'Reilly?"
No, I knew you had this in you. I knew you did.
Thank you. I doubted myself, and you were there for me the whole time.
I did. I was there. I was mentally holding your hand. I had your back.
I felt it.
Good. But that's it. You finished the podcast. All that's left, just let everybody know where they can find you. What's next?
Oh yeah. Well, you could definitely stream any of our music. Cinema Stare. Our album that just came out in May, The Things I Don't Need. There's that. We're at Cinema Stare on Instagram, no spaces. At Cinema Stare on TikTok. At Cinema Stare on X. And the next
Twitter.
thing we got going on, hopefully we're going to be touring a bunch in 2024. That's kind of our goal. And we are working on getting some new songs out. So hopefully soon.
Hell yeah. Well,
Yeah.
everybody, if you haven't yet, you're missing out. Go right now. You don't have to wait for this end part of the podcast. You can if you want to, because we're going to talk about the news. Then you might miss things if you don't. But you can. Make sure you go to everywhere, every social media, and follow Cinema Stare. Go Spotify or Apple Music. Listen to Cinema Stare. Go watch their music videos on the YouTubes.
That's true.
Yo,
we got those. We got some of those.
You got some of those? So go do it. Go give them a follow. Show some support. And yeah, that's it. That's it. You did it.
Yeah. Thanks for having me.
I'm super proud of you.
Oh, thanks. That's a dad thing that you would say, yeah.
I'm really proud of you.
Thank you. I'm proud of you too. Wasn't sure I would make it through the hour, but I'm here.
I'm gonna cry right now. I feel so supported.
Kind of. No, definitely thanks for having me. I was a little nervous, coming on here, especially by myself, but I had a great time.
You don't have to be nervous. I'm just a big dork.
You did seem chill online. I was like, I think I'll be fine. These guys.
No, I'm real chill.
Yeah, I would agree. I would back that statement.
Cool. Awesome. Yeah. Quinn, thank you so much for hanging out. The rest of y'all listening, watching, whatever you're doing, don't go anywhere. Hang out with me. I'm going to go into the Unsigned Pop Punk News, and you're going to hear that after this jingle right here. What's up, everyone? Thanks for sticking around, and it's time for that Unsigned Pop Punk News. Man, we are 2 episodes into 2024. What a wild freaking ride. Holy cow. Yeah. So I hope you all had a great holiday. I know that we probably talked about that last week, things like that. But I hope it was fun. Hope it was safe. Hope you all did all the things you wanted, and you got to see all of your family and friends and spend time with people you love. So, with that being said, what'd you think of the episode? Join us in conversation. Comment on the episode wherever you're watching or listening to it, or comment on a post on social media, and let's talk about stuff. One of the best things that you can do to help support this show is to share it, follow it, subscribe to it on whatever platform you like, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, wherever you're listening to it. Make sure to give us that follow. That helps us reach more people. It helps more than it does. So we appreciate that. Once again, we're going to be setting up the new charity for our gender equality shirts. 15% of every purchase will be donated. So make sure that you're picking up the gender equality merch, because it is sweet. And that's the way the news goes. I don't have anything else for you at this moment, but thanks so much to Quinn for hanging out with me. It was an awesome time. Love the conversation. It was a good time, man. It's a lot of fun. I love doing this every single week and getting the chance to talk to new people. It's a lot of fun. Obviously, everything we do at Unsigned Pop Punk is all about supporting the scene. Everybody's local scene. Everybody's local somewhere. So, yeah. So, thanks so much to Matt, even though he couldn't be here today. Thanks so much for always being my friend. Thanks to Gibby for always being my friend. Thanks to my wife for being my wife, because that's awesome, and all the support that she does. All the behind the scenes Unsigned Pop Punk stuff that she does. And, just for hugs. Fucking love hugs. Oh, man. Thanks so much to Lawrence Crow for, doing all that awesome design work he does every single week, all the time, every day. Dude's just putting stuff out. It's awesome. Thanks so much to Ross from Electric Kiwi for doing all our website. We couldn't do it without you. So if you need design work or web stuff done, please hit up Lawrence Crow for your design work, or Ross from Electric Kiwi. And we'll see you next Wednesday. Wednesday. It's never been on a Wednesday. See you Monday. Bye.
Thank you so much for checking out the show. Please hit that like, subscribe, or follow button so you never miss an episode. And thank you so much to those of you who already are. Check us out on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, or anywhere else you stream your podcasts. If you're in the position to help us grow and like behind the scenes access and exclusive shows, head on over to our Patreon at www.patreon.com/unsignedpoppunk. Let us know in the comments who you'd like to see on the show and what other content you'd like to see. Thank you all so much.